Mountain Smith here, reading the Bible for a second time. I'm actually going to be reading Genesis 4, honest reactions, honest thoughts. Um, One thing I've figured out here as I've read the Bible, because I'm going back to reread it, I haven't never read the whole thing, but I'm reading just the book of Genesis right now, and I'm going back. One thing I figured out for anybody who's kind of new to reading the Bible is it's very difficult. So if you read it, my advice is definitely take your time and understand the words, because I originally just picked it up and just started reading. No real thoughts, no real anything. And now I'm going back to reread it because I realize there's a lot of stories and there's so many little intricacies and hints and things, and what it sounds like, especially from a lot of people that have commented on some videos, is there's so much going on here in Genesis that relates to later, and then it comes back to Genesis and who knows what. So anyways, we're going to get into Genesis 4 right now, and hopefully I have some more questions, unlike the very first time I read it. Follow along if you want. Join me. All right. So Genesis 4, Cain and Abel. All righty. Now Adam had sexual relations with his wife Eve, and she became pregnant. When she gave birth to Cain, she said, "With the Lord's help I have produced a man." Later she gave birth to his brother and named him Abel. So the first sons of humans are Cain and Abel. This is something I really didn't grasp and truly think about the very first time I read this. There's so much with the descendancies and these lineages and lines as it moves along here, and this is why I wanted to reread it. It seems very, very important. I think probably more so important to understand so much of what's going on because of the stories later on. But feels like I need that tree of life, like ancestry.com or something. So we got Adam and Eve have now born Cain and Abel. So, okay. So Cain and Abel. When they grew up, Abel became a shepherd while Cain cultivated the ground. When it was time for the harvest, Cain presented some of his crops as a gift to the Lord. Abel also brought a gift, the best portions of the firstborn lambs from his flock. The Lord accepted Abel and his gift, but he did not accept Cain and his gift. This made Cain very angry, and he looked dejected. See, and this is something I wondered in the very beginning also. Why? Why? I mean, these are the first two born humans of anything, and the first two sons of Adam and Eve, and the Lord is already playing favoritism with Abel. And with Cain, he's like, nope, just don't like you. Why? Why? What's the deal here? Cain is cultivating the ground and Abel became a shepherd. I mean, why does the Lord just not like Cain? I don't know. And this is a good question right here. Why are you so angry? The Lord asked Cain. Wait a minute. Like, hold on. Lord, you don't like me. Of course I'm angry. Why is the Lord even asking that? Of course. Why do you look so dejected? You will be accepted if you do what is right. But if you refuse to do what is right, then watch out. Sin is crouching at the door, eager to control you, but you must subdue it and be its master. It sounds like there's something else there. It's a question of what else is there. Because he's saying you will be accepted if you do what is right. So what did Cain not do already? Or perhaps there's something moving forward, and I totally forgot what it was, that Cain is going to be tested with, or something along those lines. Okay. So one day, Cain suggested to his brother, let's go out into the fields. And while they were in the field, Cain attacked his brother, Abel, and killed him. Oh yeah, I forgot. Cain just was like, hey, you know what? I'm going to kill him. So Cain killed Abel. I mean, that's... Think about this. You got Adam and Eve, who are brand new humans. Cain and Abel, the firstborn sons, and it just instantly. Cain kills Abel. Like, wow. Okay, wow. So afterward, the Lord asked Cain, where is your brother? Where is Abel? I don't know, Cain responded. Am I my brother's guardian? Heck no. But the Lord said, now, wait. When she gave birth to Cain, she said, and with the Lord's help I produced a man later. Okay, so Abel was the younger one. I had to remember that. So Cain was the older one. But the Lord said, what have you done? Listen, your brother's blood cries out to me from the ground. Now you were cursed and banished from the ground from which you swallowed your brother's blood. No longer will the ground yield crops for you, no matter how hard you work. From now on, you will be a homeless wanderer on the earth. Cain replied to the Lord, my punishment is too great for me to bear. You have banished me from the land and from your presence. You have made me a homeless wanderer. Anyone who finds me will kill me. The Lord replied, no, for I will give you a sevenfold punishment to anyone who kills you. Then the Lord put a mark on Cain to warn anyone who might try to kill him. So Cain left the Lord's presence and settled in the land of Nod, east of Eden. Here's a question. Where did people suddenly come from? Why is Cain thinking that other people will kill him? If Adam and Eve are the first humans, Cain and Abel are born, where are these other humans that have just shown up? That also Cain is fearful of if he's going to go out there. That feels, Abel's already dead, but Cain is fearful of other people. This is a good question. I didn't really think about this before. Okay, so the descendants of Cain. Well, man, am I going to forget a bunch of names here? Cain had sexual relations with his wife, and she became pregnant and gave birth to Enoch. So where did his wife come from? I guess it's just the lineage. Where did she come from? Man, this is tough. It's almost, there's missing context here. There's missing understanding. Enoch had a son named Irad. I'm going to mess up the names completely, so bear with me. Enoch had a son named Irad. Irad became the father of Mehulah. Mehulah became the father of Methuselah. Methuselah became the father of Lamech. Lamech married two women. The first was named Ada. The second was Zillah. Ada gave birth to Jabal. He was the first who was bringing livestock in live tents. His brother's name was Jubal, the first of who played the harp and flute. Oh, it's like they have the music. And I'm running through this kind of quickly because the names are always, it's important, but also it doesn't get to the stories right here. Lamech's other wife, Zillah, gave birth to a son named Tubal-Cain. He became an expert in forging tools of bronze and iron. Tubal-Cain had a sister named Naamah. One day, Lamech said to his wives, and Lamech already has multiple wives, Ada and Zillah, hear my voice. Listen to me, you wives of Lamech. I have killed a man who attacked me, a young man who wounded me. If someone who kills Cain is punished 7 times, then the one who kills me will be punished 77 times. Here's an interesting question. Why did Lamech say that someone will be punished 77 times? Does he believe that he is better than Cain in terms of punishment if somebody was to kill him? I mean, considering the Lord God actually punished Cain, or said that somebody will punish 7-fold for Cain. I don't know. The birth of Seth. Adam had sexual relations with his wife again, and she gave birth to another son. She named him Seth, for she said, God has granted me another son in place of Abel, whom Cain killed. When Seth grew up, he had a son and named him Enosh. At that time, people first began to worship the Lord by name. Wow. Some questions.